Okay, for this video, my topic is going to be about, drumroll please, my love life. Obviously I'm 14, so I don't really have a love life. I've got a few crushes, and I've got some pretty bad stories. Well, not bad, but got some stories that are bad to me, probably not that bad to you. They really kind of fucked me up. It feels good to kind of talk about them, and I'm not paying for a fucking therapist. Just sit there and go, I see what you mean, like an ass. But yeah, I'll start off with I'm 14. I'm not exactly skinny. Yeah, I'm pretty fat fuck little kid. Ooh, wheelie for this guy. Well, that's a pretty damn good wheelie, in my opinion. And I've got red hair and all the ginger jokes and shit like that. My first crush I had got in kindergarten, actually, and it kind of fucked me up a little bit, because there's this girl, Macy, who went to my school. We were at a private Catholic school, and there's a class of about 20 kids. Every year there'd be about 20 or about 15, 20 kids every year, and she still is the hottest, either hottest or second hottest chick out of that school. One of her best friends is pretty damn nice. I couldn't pick between them, but yeah, she kind of fucked me up. One day during reading time, she started scratching my back, and I thought it was one of my friends trying to mess with me or something, so I turned around and gave him the death glare. Little did I know it was her, and I turned right back around and just sat there getting perfectly still and hoping she'd scratch my back again. But she never did. And then from then on, it was always trying to get her to do that. And I think that's how my crush stemmed for her. It started to grow on me and stuff like that. But yeah, it kind of screwed me up, because about 3rd grade, one of my friends, well, still my best friend, started to show feelings for her. And obviously that kind of ticked me off a little bit, because I was the one that was going to get to do that. That's my thing, not yours. So I kind of started going after her. I started showing her my things. Up until then, I kind of kept secret, and she didn't react well to it. She stopped. She told on me for doing it. I was scared something was going to happen. So that kind of shot that down. And then I was trying to cheer one of my friends up. We were in band. Yeah, don't laugh. I was a trumpet and they were the French horns, but we had our band lessons together. And they were playing to see who would get first chair, which is basically the better player. And my cousin, well, sort of cousin, it's like a step third cousin, something like that. I don't even know how we're related. I just know we are. Somebody told me that at some point, and never really questioned it. But he got first chair, and I was congratulating him. And somewhere along there, and I didn't even really mean to, I said, "Nice, you're better than Macy," and I made her cry. Didn't mean to either. It just accidentally made her cry, and she went in and told on me, and I went in, told him what happened. I was trying to cheer him up, or trying to congratulate him, because that's a pretty good achievement. And she cried. She went and told me, and I went and talked to our principal, who was a huge cunt. I'm not gonna lie, she was a huge cunt. And I talked to her, and she made us shake hands, even though I didn't even really mean to. And I kind of just let that go and just never really said anything else. end of it. Yeah, and that really fucked me up. That put me in a dark time. I even had like thoughts of suicide, and even it was pretty bad time in my life. And I got out of that when I moved over to the public middle school, because the private school only went up to 6th grade. Last year I was in 7th, I'm in 8th grade right now. And there's this girl that sat next to me in a couple of my classes. She sat next to me in one of them, which was language class. And she sat by me and we'd talk and we'd mess around. And every day I'd have mint, she'd ask for one, and I'd obviously give her one. Because, well, I didn't even really like her at the time. It was just a friendship kind of thing. And then she started throwing what I thought was like some pretty strong signals. And I'm like, okay, I'll send them back. And then one day I was sitting with these other two of the hottest girls in the whole grade. Sat down with me during homeroom, which we call it prime time. They sat down with me and I was working on something, and they started asking me like, who do you like, stuff like that. And I kind of like these conversations, so I kind of play it shy and stuff. Well, I told them I wasn't gonna tell them. They finally convinced me to do if you guess who it is, I'll tell you if you're right. And they eventually guessed JC, which was her name. I don't know if I told you that yet or not, but yeah, that was her name. And by that time, one of my best friends who'd been with me at the private school, pretty much my best friend my whole life, and he heard me say that, and he was gonna tell her. We thought we convinced him not to, but he had his back to her, so he brought it up on his computer and said, my name likes JC in big letters, and showed it to her. By the time I figured it out, he had already showed her, but I got it away, and he had to go sit somewhere else. But I couldn't make eye contact with her for the rest of the day. I was embarrassed, and she never really said or did anything about it, so I figured she just wasn't interested. Fuck. And I moved on a little bit, but in math class, I sat next to her, my friend Cole, who showed JC the thing, and his girlfriend, her name is Macy. She was over there, JC was at my table. There's JC, Macy, and then another girl, her name was Annie. Macy would be sitting there, so Cooper, I heard you like JC, with her sitting right there. And I'd tell her to shut up, and JC would just laugh. Like, it was just like a giggle almost, but I didn't know what to do. I'd never asked somebody out, never kissed anybody. I was too chicken shit to do that my whole life. But she's never changed her behavior. And now this week on Wednesday, which was yesterday, in math class, well, at lunch they didn't make enough hamburgers for everybody, so the people in the back of the line had to wait while they made another hamburgers, which was a good 25 minutes before I went to class. And we have 45-minute classes every day. And I sat down and we did math for about 5 minutes, and then we played a game, because it was the last day before spring break. I'm on spring break right now. Whoop whoop. The best way to spring break is doing wheelies. That was a shitty wheelie. I'll do it again. Some do drugs, others pop bottles. I solve my problems with wide open throttles. That was a t-shirt I used to have, but I grew out of it. Sold it at a garage sale. It was a really nice t-shirt. I really liked it. I haven't been able to find it again. We were playing the game, and the game you line up in a circle, and you go around, and at a certain number you say buzz. Well, it has to go boy, girl, because the objective is to get the opposite sex out. Two out of the 3 games, she came and stood next to me intentionally. She was all the way on the other side of the room. I had a girl on each side. Don't think like that. It wasn't. They're not crushes, but she came over and stood next to me because I think what happened is one of them that was standing next to me was a new girl. She's not that hot. She's not really hot. She's not bad. It's kind of an in-between, but she sits next to me. We got new seating arrangements about a week ago, and she sits next to me and 2 other guys. And whenever I talk to her, JC would look over at us while I was talking and laughing. And I think she was trying to getting a little jealous, so she came over and stood next to me for 2 of those games. And yeah, I think she's throwing signals again. And the other day, when she first heard that I liked her, she blocked me on Snapchat and Instagram, which is the only things I have her on, I think. Even though before she knew I liked her, she stole my iPod and added herself on those, my accounts. So yeah, it was pretty, it was getting kind of weird, and she's been throwing signals. And I'm thinking last day of school, I'm gonna Snapchat her, ask her out. But I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna or not. I don't know how I should. Kids at our school never, at least I've never seen anybody ask them out. It's always you hear that they're dating. And I don't know how you do it. It's just like, you want to be my girlfriend, or you want to go out sometime or something. Except, obviously I live out in the country, and Humboldt, where they all live, is 8 miles that way. So there's not much I can do in that department. Sorry about this being... Rabbit! Damn it! Sorry about this being a long video, but yeah, sorry about, I may cut it into 2 parts, I don't know yet. Probably not. I might just upload it chunk and do that, but yeah. She's not one of the exactly the hotter ones in the school, but it's just she started being friendly to me, and I got a crush on her. And I don't know if I took friendliness for a sign of flirting or what, but wheelie for this guy. Wheelie for that guy too. Oh shit, that's muddy. Wheelie for this guy. She looked at me. Wheelie for the truck driver. Wait for it. Wait for it. Oh, wheelie for the van. Nope. Wheelie for both. Haha, he looked at me. Haha, he did too. Haha, I am the king of the wheelie. Haha. Oh, wheelie for this car. You watching? You watching? She looked. Haha. What is that? Like 6 or 6? Fuck yeah. But yeah, like I said, I'm not exactly the prettiest guy in school either. I'm kind of fugly, and